Okay, good afternoon everyone. This is Scott and welcome to the weekly trade report video. Today is October 1st, 2017. So taking a look at the Dow Jones, you can see the market is at near all-time highs. Market's very resilient. You got strength across many sectors and, kind of feels overextended, but yet there's still plenty of setups out there. So just keep trading, what you're seeing and not what your opinions are. Just follow the chart patterns, and that's worked for me, and that's what I try to do, is not be too opinionated on the direction, but just try to trade what I see. But overall, the market still looks pretty resilient, pretty strong. SPY, similar thing. You got the breakout to the new high, so SPY is strong. IWM, same thing, new highs, finally got through this 144 spot, now it's up here at 148. The market's definitely in a bull market and very strong at the moment. Take a look at the biotechs. Biotech just looks like a nice bull flag. If we look at this, right through this area here. The classic bull flag pattern, the run up and the sideways consolidation. So biotechs look really strong. I think the biotech sector is going to be going higher. So definitely like biotech. Several nice looking biotechs. Traded some of those last week, and so there's lots of good setups. Juno looks great for Monday, and we'll talk about that. Okay, XLF financials breaking out the new highs. Had this resistance at 25.50. Now it's on a new high. So you got all kinds of sectors that are strong right now. The market's very strong, probably the strongest I've seen it in a long time. Home builders, XHB, the home builders ETF, you can see that breaking out the new highs. DHI, DR Horton had a nice break last week. Some of the other ones look good. Okay, let's get into some individual names. So we'll go over the list. All the last week's top watch list during the week, and we'll go through all those names, take a look at them, talk about what I traded. So CDNA, this is one that I traded last week, and so we were talking about how this thing was creating a bull flag, and you can see this pattern back here, and it broke out, and then again it created the same pattern, had a nice breakout. And so this one, bought it through 3, and sold it. I forget exactly where I sold it, but I believe I sold it somewhere, on the opening of this day, 360 I think is what it was. But I missed a big upside on this one, but that's okay. I still got 60-cent profit. But this one now it's pulling back. So see this, and now it's putting in these two kind of reversal candles. So I could see the CDNA, which is stabilizing right around, pulled back and held this 350 spot, this 350-ish area. And so this one I think could actually be reversing and heading back higher. So CDNA is one to watch for some rebound after this pullback. I think this one could be one to trade to the upside next week. So Boot, nice trade. Look at that pattern there. Had a nice breakout one day. It's pulling back. I think if it pulls back to the support, this candle here, right around let's see, 880 area, could find some support there and bounce off of that. So this one's pulling back to a support there around 880, and I think that one could rally off of that spot. Okay, we talked about the home builders. This is IBP. This one broke through 60, and a very nice pattern. And so this is a building materials sector, so kind of similar to the home builders. And nice break. Nice run there from 60 to 64. If you're looking for a target, I'd use this 54 to 60. That measures 6, so that would give you a 66 target based on the pattern depth there. I didn't trade that one. I was watching it, and I decided I just missed it when it moved. But very nice move there on the IBP. See, GoDaddy, there was a pattern there. Nice setup, and then it just failed. So now they don't all work. And so if they don't break the resistance and act the way they should, then you just got to cut them. And this one was one that if you traded, you'd have to get out of it because it failed. So nothing there now on GoDaddy. ENTL, still like this ENTL. So I've mentioned on Twitter on Friday. I've been watching this one for a couple of days, waiting for a breakout through 18, and Friday was the day it happened. So I actually got some of this when it was breaking 18, sold some intraday at 18.50, and during the high I got up to around 8.85, 8.75 during the day, and then it pulled back and closed just below 8.50. This one I think is going to go higher. We got some resistance. So we got the 18 area, and then we got down here at 16.50. So there's your measured move there, about $1.50. So I think this one can go higher. Consolidating this base for a couple of months. So it's a strong sector with the healthcare. So AGLE. So let's redraw some lines here. This is a really good looking setup for Monday. I really like this one. So let's take a look at this area, this chart right there at the 5 level. Right, it's a healthcare name, biotech, and it's got this kind of ascending triangle type consolidation. So this one is a very nice. It doesn't trade very many shares, so I think the average is a little less than 100,000. But this one through 5 looks great. I would look for, on a trade, say 5 to 550 would be a target on this one. I'll be watching this one. I do like the way this one looks. Top watch for Monday, AGLE. NEO still looks pretty good. Got through this 11. Looks like it's kind of giving back some of that. Had a nice pop. So now it looks like 11 is support, was resistance, and I think it could go higher. NEO still looks good. Okay, Christopher Bank, resistance, didn't break, and then just gave it all back. So nothing there now. Maybe if it gets back here to support, you can trade a support bounce down here around 130 area, but nothing there anymore at this time. Let's see, DIOD is another one that I've seen, didn't pull the trigger on, but you can see there's the pattern. Let's see here. How do I get out of this view? Let's see. Okay, let's just go back to the view. Not really. Haven't really learned how to use this Thinkorswim software yet, so I'm still playing with it. But you can see the spot right there around 29 at the support. It's basically ascending triangle type pattern, and it blew right through 29 on this day, and I didn't pull the trigger, but it looks like it's still going higher. But that was a nice trade if you caught that one, that DIOD. DWSN, this is an oil name. I still think the oil sector looks strong, long-term reversal to the upside, and so this one had a breakthrough 440 area, gave it back, and still kind of grinds higher. So you just kind of seeing that theme across the energy names. Get some pullbacks, but overall looks like the trend is longer term up in the energy sector right now. Okay, APTO, this one, watching this one for a while, and it looks like it's just faded off. Couldn't get through 170 and got rejected again, so nothing there now. So it would have to get back to 170 area for me to get interested in this name again. So nothing on APTO at the moment. QUIK, still like to look at this one. It looks like it's still flagging. This area right around 175 spot. If you can get back up there, and break that 175 area, I'd be looking to get long this name. But it does look like it's creating a bull flag, so it just kind of broke out and just kind of sideways choppy. So it's waiting for it to resolve this consolidation and then head higher. So I'll keep an eye on Quick. Still like the way it looks. ACRX, there was a spot there. Right there. There was a break right through 4, big green candle, and then broke right out. So that was a very nice break there on ACRX. And for a target, you could use this 3 to 4. So here's your lower support area. Yeah, and so your target would be on a measured move would be $5. So this one still looks like it's going higher. It's another biotech name. KURA, nice break. Here was the pattern. Right there, nice little wedge, and you can see how it broke out through there. Mentioned that on Twitter. Another one that I missed intraday. Just a heads up, guys, my family's home, so if you hear kids screaming or whatever, uh, they're usually gone when I do my videos, but today they're here. Okay, let's go to the next name. NKTR. Here was the pattern right through this 23 area. Right there, and you can see that one broke out through there and still heading higher. Still like NKTR. Still looks like it's going higher. IMMU. IMMU, another bio name. There was a spot right there right there. 13 from the watch list. Had a nice break. Looks like it's going higher. For measured move, use this 11 to 13. They give you a 15 target on that. Okay, ZUMZ had a very nice breakout, probably on earnings, and then had this break through 17. Nice little bull flag, and you can see how that one broke through there. Another one I didn't trade, but still looks strong longer term. ZUMZ. Okay, Fold had the breakout through 14. We traded this one not last week, the week before, and so had the nice 14 break, pulled back, and then I talked about how this one was going to pull back and find some support there, and that's exactly what it did. So this resistance around 14 became new support. It pulled back, held that, and now it's starting to rally back up. So I wouldn't be surprised if Fold shoots back towards 16 in the next week or so, as long as this pattern continues. It still looks strong. FOLD. Crocs, tried to trade this one a couple times, got a little impatient with it, but it's got some spot here right around 960 area, and look, it's just barely above that right now, but I do think this one's eventually going to make a move and go. It's just a little bit slow mover. Okay, Rice, another energy name. Like I said, still like the energy names. This one looks good through this 29 spot. This Rice, you had this resistance up there, pulled back, kind of tapping that 29 area. Can't break it, but I could see this Rice getting through 29 sometime next week. Might be one to trade. Bigger cap company. Probably not a big percentage mover, but nevertheless, bigger percentage. You can use leverage, on these bigger cap names where you can't use leverage on some of the smaller caps. So you can use margin and so forth, help improve your percentage gains. So HK, this is another oil name, I think, and had this, looks like it was trying to break out through here, through 7, and it broke, then it pulled back, but still not a decent looking pattern, or still a decent looking chart, but then it just kind of gave the gains back. So nothing there now, but not a bad looking chart. Okay, IMDZ, I still think this one looks interesting, even though it failed to get through that area right there at 11. You kind of see it still kind of following this little pattern right here. I would say if this one can hold this trend line, perk back up near 11, it might be worth a trade. It looks like it wants to get through 11, and if the biotechs remain strong, I can see this one, acting well and getting through that 11 spot. So 11 is a key area on IMDZ if it can break that. COG, another oil name, spot at 27, right there. Keep an eye on that one. Looks like it may be, tightening up, consolidating there for another leg higher. COG, oil name. Okay, MARA, another penny name that I traded, and so I bought this one looking for the 50 break. So this was strictly a day trade because you can see this stock has a habit of popping and dropping pretty quickly. So I did swing it, but it was in my mind the whole time that this is just a very it's basically a crappy stock, but it has these kind of violent moves, one or 2 day at most moves. And so that was my idea of trading this name, because the longer term chart looked good through this 50 spot, and there was a lot of social media kind of mentioning it. So I said I think it's worth a shot through this 50, And so when it broke 50, it had a nice push, right? And so I sold some on this around 54, and I wanted to give it one more day to see, because it closed right above 50, and sure enough, it had a nice little move the next day, and I closed out the position the following day, and I mentioned that on Twitter when I closed it, and now it's just going back down now. So nothing there on MARA now. Maybe if it perks back up near 50, maybe it's worth another trade. We'll have to see. But overall, the daily chart looks pretty decent. Okay, AXTI, I still think this one looks great. This is an A setup. So it's right there near that basically 915 area from the highest close on this candle here, and it's right near that area. So this ATXI still looks good for higher prices, or AXTI I should say. CHGG, this one looks like the chart's starting to become constructive looking, but it's just maybe not there. It would need to get up here, near this 15, 30, 40 area, maybe 15, yeah, so somewhere in here, 15, 30 area for me to get interested. So it needs to get through this resistance right in that area. But the chart is setting up for a move, so I think this one's worth watching. Edit, this one still looks good. Broke through 23 and had a decent move Friday. And so still got some these wicks, these candle wicks that are, so it got up here to 20, 24, 24.60 back on this day here. So it's still got some sellers in there, but I think if it can clean those out, this one can go higher. Still like this chart, EDIT. I think this one's going higher. Okay, Juno, top watch for Monday. Let's remove. Okay, let me just draw a new trend line there. So see that spot there right at 45. Okay, so right there at 45, get this big gap up, bull flag type pattern, and just look for that one to bust through 45. That'd be a trigger to go long this Juno. Really like the look of that one. Looks really good for Monday. Top setup. Okay, DQ, another energy name, similar ascending triangle pattern. Got the resistance right there, right around 29, and you can see it's kind of ascending trend line there. So watch for that one through 29. Be worth a trade. It's DQ. Okay, MNKD, another bio name. Watch this one through this little resistance right up there, right in this area right there. So I'd say 225 area. I think this one can make a move. I like the way that one looks. Okay, XPLR. So this is what they call a nice symmetric triangle or wedge type pattern. You can see this type of formation. So I really like this XPLR. The only thing about it is it's very thin, so it doesn't trade very many shares, but the pattern is there. So I can see this one definitely going back to, high threes, maybe even 4 or higher, if it can break through this lower trend line here. So this one, it does get some volume spikes, you can see. So look for, volume spiking up more than this. And you can see the volume's drying up too. So this one could be explosive. This is what they call volatility contraction, where the volatility gets tighter and tighter and tighter, and the volume dries up. Then you start to see a big bust out of this pattern with volume. So keep an eye on this XPLR. It does look like it's ready to make a move, and I like the way that one looks. Let's see. Okay, PIRS. This one, keep an eye on this one through 6. It closed, it tested this area, and then it gapped down the following day. And so I think this one is trying to make a move, this PIRS, maybe through 6. And so that one's one to watch still. SGMO, another bio name, 15, broke through intraday. Look for this one to continue higher. I'd look for, based on the pattern, here's your 13, 14, 15. So use that as a 2-point gain, profit target, 15, 16, 17 target there. Okay, ADTN, love this setup. This one looks fantastic for Monday. Right there at the 24 break. Resistance, pulled back, held it. Now it's just trying to break through, clean up those sellers at the 24 from back here. Once it gets through 24, I think it can make a nice move to 25 or better. I like the 80-10, looks good. Top watch for Monday. OZM, another one. This is some kind of you know, asset management or something, but look at that chart there. Got the resistance right around the 333 area, right up in here. You know, tested it right there, pulled back, put in a higher low, and then try to break it again. So really like this OZM. Look for a target, this low here, so say 285 to 320, right? So that would be your profit target there. So another top watch, OZM top watch for Monday. All right, DXC, bigger cap name, but a nice chart right there through 86. Look for that one to get through 86. You know, first target would be a 2-point based on the depth of this pattern, but I could go higher. But this DXC, very nice looking chart there. NEOS, resistance, trying to break through that area right there, and close right there at 918. So look for that one to make a move. I'd use this lower area right in here, say 830, 840, based on this 840 to 920. That would be your measured move. Alright, let's see here. NEOS. Alright. Okay. Next up, AVEO. This is another kind of symmetrical triangle type pattern. It's a bio name. You can see there that it's kind of getting coiled up, if you will. You know, here's, you know, getting tighter and tighter and tighter, volume tightening up, and so this one could explode out of this pattern. It's AVEO. Keep an eye on that one. Another top watch for Monday. Okay, AHGP, just an energy name. Looks like it's got a nice clean spot there at 28. Look for that one to make a move through there. 26 is a low, so your target would be 2 points there. Give you a $30 price target on that one. And last up is this QURE, another bio name. Had a nice breakthrough 9, pulled back just below that, and now it's back up, rallied back up. So look for a break of this one, of this recent high around 980, and then a push through 10 somewhere in that area. So alright guys, that's all I got. The market remains strong. Hope you guys are trading good. I'm doing pretty good lately compared to you know, earlier in the year. And so just, you know, cut your losses if you're wrong, and, you know, make sure you pay yourself along the way. And there's always another trade, so don't get frustrated with yourself and just keep working. Alright guys, have a great day and see you on Monday.